Hello, welcome back. It is the season of love. We are close to Valentine's Day, which actually I really like Valentine's Day. Even though as a kid I was not getting all of the, what are they called? Valentines, I guess. And you'd like make all the little cards and you'd put them in other kids' boxes. I would get a lot of the basic cards and not a lot of candy. But anyway, I still like Valentine's Day. I like the aesthetic. I like the theme. I think all of the art and cards and things are fun. So it's just one of those things that I just vibe with. It's like that and the 4th of July and Halloween are probably the dopest holidays. Rocky is making noise. Hold on. I have once again stopped the noise. He loves playing with this ball thing. Anyway, so I thought for this Valentine's Day, I would talk about me and my husband, Hunter's first Valentine's Day together as a couple. I know you guys like when I do this with him, but it is fun to talk like this. Anyway, so I'm gonna do that while also I'm making him a Valentine's Day card because I think in a day and age when all it takes to buy someone a gift is to click a button and it comes in the mail, it means more, I think, to make something with your hands and use your own words to write something. So I think if you are stumped on what to get someone, I think classic chocolates are fine, flowers are fine, but I think if you hand wrote a note, you can type it, but I will say handwriting it is gonna feel more special. It doesn't matter if your handwriting's ugly or whatever, you're not good with words, but if someone loves you or you're with someone, they're going to like that. They're gonna like that it's your handwriting, they're gonna like that it's in your words and the way you talk, so don't get all up in your head about it. So you can do a handwritten letter. It doesn't need to have art on it if you're not an artist, but if you want to draw something, which again, if you're not a good artist, it doesn't matter because it's more about the thought and the fact that it's purely you. So I'm going to show you how I make cards for Hunter because I like making cards. I feel like the older you get, the harder it is to find stuff that is special for people because it seems like the older you get, the gifts turn into stuff like, oh, this is like the, I don't know, this is like the appliance that you wanted. And it's like appliances are cool and useful, but they don't make as heartfelt of gifts. Anyway, enough of rambling about that. I will now begin the making of the art card for Hunter and talking about our first Valentine's Day as a couple. And Rocky, sadly, must be put down. I will remember. Well, he can stay on my lap, but anyway, so I'm gonna start with, I have this cardstock. It's got this nice speckly texture on it. Focus. You probably can't see it anyway. It's this cardstock. It's not that thick, it's kind of thin. So I'm not making a card today that folds because I have these envelopes that I ship stickers in. So I'm gonna reuse this as the envelope. And I've already pre-cut a bunch of these to write letters and stuff or use as backings. I thought they didn't fit, but I guess they do. I was gonna cut it, but it turns out it's fine. So, but you can see they slide right in. And I want to do a watercolor painting. So I have this watercolor paper that is also perfectly made for this already. So I must have made a card very similar to this at one point and made a bunch of them and forgot about it. So now it's just pre-made for me. So I have watercolor paper, cardstock. You can use whatever. You can do a folded card. You don't have to have an envelope, but this is what I'm doing. So envelope, cardstock, watercolor paper, and I have these, boop, I have these gold heart stickers for envelopes when I mail stuff out. So I'm using that. And I pre-sketched the drawing I want to do on this. I do a different drawing every time depending on the occasion. So I did a sketch. Hunter really likes St. Bernards. So I drew a St. Bernard with, he likes the barrel on the neck, and I did a heart on the barrel. And at first I thought I was going to do fireflies around it because, yeah, fireflies are cool. Owl City saw a billion of them or something. And I decided to go with the hearts because I thought that'd be cute. And I had this idea of, with the watercolor, having the hearts be in the watercolor. So whatever, you'll see. So anyway, this is the sketch I did. So I'm going to transfer that onto the paper with a pencil. Also, if it sounds like I'm out of breath, I drank way too much tea and the caffeine's making my heart race. So I'm running 1,000,000 miles an hour inside my body. I know I sound like it. Anyway, onto the story part of this, because I'm just gonna be drawing. Me and Hunter actually first met in college. We lived on the same dorm floor, and it was a unisex floor. And we were not dating at that time, we were just friends. Also, I'll say about the unisex floor, that floor was disgusting, and I will say it wasn't because of the guys, is all I'll say. Anyway, so we lived on the same dorm floor and we were kind of acquaintances, and we weren't dating at all, and we really didn't become friends until we realized we went to a lot of the same parties. So anyway, irrelevant, I'm just saying how I met him. So we became friends, we've been friends for a couple years, and I had broken up with my long-term boyfriend from college, and technically our first Valentine's Day we weren't together, and we went to bars and we were like daring each other to go up to people and hit on them. So that's like our way of saying we like each other, but we're gonna pretend and make each other go make out with other people. That was not the first real Valentine's Day. The first real Valentine's Day we had just started dating after being friends for like 3 or 4 years at that point, probably just barely over 3. And so I woke up that morning, and I'm also gonna include my roommate's story because it kind of contrasts how opposite of a day we were having, and it's kind of funny in hindsight, like we both laugh about it now. But I woke up and my roommate was sitting on the couch with her boyfriend at the time, who, anyway, I'll get to it. So the new Ghost in the Shell movie had come out, and they were having this heated discussion over going to see the movie, and he said he couldn't see the movie because he hadn't seen the anime first. And she's like, oh, well, I'll watch the anime with you and that way we can both see the movie together. And he's like, no, because you've already seen the anime, so you can't watch it with me. I need to see it on my own to experience it for myself for the first time. So that was upsetting, and she ended up crying, and he left because he said, I have to go work on my portfolio, which, mind you, he was unemployed, so he couldn't spend the day with her on Valentine's Day because he had to work on his portfolio. Any girls who are looking to date art guys, reconsider. Anyway, he leaves, and then Hunter shows up right after that, and he has this cactus in a cast iron skillet that he gave me as a gift, and it was like the nicest gift I'd ever gotten for Valentine's Day. I wasn't really expecting to get a gift because my college, like adult relationships had been kind of like, oh no, that's dumb, that's lame. So there was no gifts given, so I thought that was super nice. I still have that cast iron skillet and I cook on it a lot. And the cactus lived a long time actually. I just moved a lot, so a lot of plants just kind of die with moves. So anyway, we get the gifts and we hear this knock on the door, and we open the door and there's just a can of like 50-cent off-brand cinnamon rolls, and it had a note on it, and it was for, oh my God, don't include that part. And it was from my roommate. So her boyfriend had come back after the whole Ghost in the Shell debacle and him not just having no time to hang out with her. Gave her an uncooked can of cinnamon rolls for her to bake by herself on Valentine's Day as like a gift. So it was just funny getting like such a nice gift and then her getting that. I felt really bad for her, but anyway, back to just focusing on our Valentine's Day. So I get the gifts. I have this like really weird conflicting emotion for some reason, because I was like, this is the nicest gift I've ever gotten, and I felt like bad. I felt like I was going to, I don't know, I just felt like I didn't deserve it or something and whatever. So I was feeling kind of weird, and he's like, you know, let's go to the zoo. So we decide to go to the zoo. It's like really cold. Obviously it's February in Missouri. So it's probably like, I would say 40 degrees, and it was sunny. So it was like tolerable, but it was pretty chilly still. So we go to the zoo and we tailgate the zoo. So we got drunk in the parking lot, and then we went into the zoo. There's literally nobody there. So we had the whole zoo to ourselves, and we were not wasted, but we were definitely tipsy and drunk, and we were going around, and like, I remember seeing the otters because they were out because of the cold, but a lot of the like warm weather animals were up in their inside enclosures. But we still saw a lot of animals, and I remember this is where I learned that Hunter was deathly afraid of snakes, because we get to the snake house and he's like, I'll wait outside. And I'm like, oh, you don't want to go in? He's like, no, I can't go in. And so I go in the snake house and I realize like he's just outside, like away from the house. And when I'm done looking at all the reptiles and stuff I got, and I'm like, why didn't you want to go in there? He's like, I hate snakes. I can't do snakes. And he was like dead serious, like super not about snakes. So fun fact about Hunter. So we had a really nice day at the zoo, and I honestly can't remember what we ate for dinner. I just remember it was nice. We went to the melting pot a lot early on in our relationship. I think that was Hunter's like Hail Mary. Like, this is like the fancy restaurant you take your Midwest broad. I thought it was a really nice Valentine's Day. It was probably the nicest Valentine's Day I've ever had. I just thought it was fun. I had a really nice, like, he got me really nice, thoughtful gifts that were really relevant to me, and I thought tailgating the zoo and like the fact that we had the entire place to ourselves was pretty cool. So yeah, that's our Valentine's Day story. I'm sad that my roommate didn't have a good Valentine's Day, but every time I tell her that story, she laughs really hard because we both can't believe that we dated guys like that. But I think not every, but I feel like it's pretty common for, you know, girls with low self-esteem or like young, you know, like first big relationships, just dating and tolerating the worst guy. I'm sure guys do that with girls too, or it's just like, what are we doing here? So Hunter was definitely a big upgrade for me personally, and my roommate is also with a really cool guy now, so we all win, except for those people. Anyway, so I have finished the painting part, so I'm going to glue this, and then I'm gonna put a book on top of it to kind of like let it dry really close together with the paper. So I want to put a lot of glue on it and put a book to also flatten it. And we're gonna wait, so we're gonna time skip because I don't know if I have enough to yap about between now and then. So boom, okay, time skipped. I wrote on the back of this card, I'm not going to show what I wrote because I'm actually being a genuine person and writing nice things for my husband. It's just too corny and too genuine, and it's not for the public's eyes. So anyway, here is the finished card. A cute little Saint Bernard on Valentine's Day. I gave it a blue tongue as like a contrast, and yeah, I think it turned out really cute. I think it's one of my better cards, actually, as far as like art quality goes. I feel like I usually fumble the bag when I'm making these cards. So now that I've finished the card, I'm gonna put it in the nice envelope, and we will say goodbye to her. I'm gonna lick it, don't show this part. Ew, gross. And now for the embellishment, the blurry sticker. So yeah, here is the card. It's got the cute sticker on it. And I'm gonna put his name on the front because that way he knows it's his. And you put a heart around it because that's how they know that you love them. Yay! So that's my card. That was our little story. I know I'm not the most amazing storyteller as far as like embellishing things or really exaggerating details. So I hope you enjoyed the little modest story of our Valentine's Day. It was very special to me, even though it seems probably very simple to other people. And also just like the detailing of like the contrast of my roommate's boyfriend reminding me of my last boyfriend, and then compared to how me and Hunter's Valentine's Day went, it just really highlighted to me in my brain that like this was a good choice, and just going against my usual instinct to go for those kind of guys and like avoiding the anxiety love and going with more of the comfortable love that is more genuine and can grow on and isn't just constantly chasing that like, what's it called? It's like withholding love or something, and then love bombing and whatever. Just this weird endless cycle of anxious attachment whateverness. Anyway, I'm trauma dumping, as the Gen Z boomer doomer whatevers would say. So yeah, so I'm gonna give this to Hunter because this video is gonna come out a little bit before Valentine's Day, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give it to him because he'll just see the video anyway. So I mean, just the art's gonna be spoiled, but I might as well just give it to him and yeah, maybe show his reaction, show you how much people love getting custom cards. It really is more special than just buying a gift because it shows that you thought about them specifically, you thought about details about them, the handwriting. Like I still have letters that Hunter wrote me a long time ago that I keep storing in a binder, and I get to go back and read them and see his handwriting and like know like, oh, this was him and he really wrote this, and it just, I don't know, just little human things. So I'm going to give him this card probably tomorrow. So when you see his reaction, whatever thing, I'm sorry, my clothes are gonna be different. The continuity's gonna be ruined, the video's ruined, but I'm gonna shower and wear fresh clothes. So sadly, continuity will be breaking soon, and yeah, I'm gonna cut it in now.
What is this?
I made you a card.
You made me a Valentine's Day card?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You stupid bitch, I was gonna give you yours too.
You don't normally... What? You made it this early?
Well, it's not like I mean, yours is in a nice envelope. I prepped it because I forget every fucking year. So I figured this year would actually make something.
I like how you know how to draw and you drew this.
I thought it was cute.
You drew
I sat there and I was like, if I have to think about...
That looks just like you.
I was just if I had to actually...
It's uncanny.
If I had to, like, draw a big thing, I would forget or I would run out of time. So I was like, I'm just going to do something really quick, and I was going to leave it at my desk.
Also, I like how it just says Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
You're like, this is the Valentine's Day card.
Well, it's supposed to be like Valentine's Day. Look how happy we are. See, we're on a hill.
I'm genuinely astonished because you went to art school.
What? I think...
You do art for a living.
That looks like you.
When I had long hair.
That's like the same fucking length your hair is now. Also, notice I didn't give you tits because you're flat-chested. Okay, there's your Valentine's Day gift.
I mean, it's flattering. I'm a lot skinnier in this than normal.
See, there's pros and cons. Okay?
Well, do you like your card? You have to open it and see the art at least. Also, do you like the packaging? You don't appreciate anything I do.
Okay, one thing that pissed me off is that the thing was so fucking tight. You put on a sticker, but I'm just gonna...
I do things the right way.
It's very cute. I feel like you torment me with St. Bernard art because you know I want a St. Bernard really bad. But anytime I'm ever like, oh, St. Bernard would be cool, you're like, no, I'm too sloppy.
They're disgusting. I really don't want one.
No.
But I know you like them.
Look at that. Imagine we had a St. Bernard and he had a little bear like that and had the heart on it.
Well, also imagine a 12-inch long line of saliva stuck to your arm.
That would never happen because he'd be clean.
Who'd clean him?
The maid.
That we hired just for the St. Bernard?
Yeah. Yeah. You want me to read this now?
No, absolutely not. I don't even think I can be in the room for that. Okay, well, I'm turning this off. Alright, so that was my custom Valentine's Day card video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some ideas for your Valentine's Day, and I hope that you were able to deepen your parasocial relationships with us today in this time of love and affection. And now I will be giving you what you all have really come here for, and that is the Rocky tax. The Rock. And he says Happy Valentine's Day. Maybe he can twerk for you on this Valentine's Day. He's not really good at twerking. Rocky tax. Goodbye.